In the 37th episode of the A.S.A.P Tech News, we talk about Colorful and their new limited edition RTX 3090 graphics card, Sabrent releasing a new firmware for their Rocket 4 Plus M.2 NVMe SSD, EK Water Blocks releases a Walnut-covered RTX 30 series water block, and Corsair announces a new series of liquid CPU coolers. We start with Colorful and their new limited edition RTX 3090 graphics card. This is the Colorful iGame GeForce RTX 3090 KUDAN. This limited edition model will only be made in 1000 units, and this will most likely mean that it will come with a hefty price tag. This graphics card uses a hybrid cooling system which uses both the heatsink and two-fan system or the integrated water block. The design of the iGame RTX 3090 KUDAN is elegant and uses two shades of black and plenty of copper and gold accents. Not only that, but there's plenty of metal to be seen here. Other design elements present on this graphics card include a display for easy to read real-time technical information and, of course, the now famous COG elements. The boost clock frequency is listed at 1860 MHz and the memory frequency is clocked at 1695 MHz, and all this will be available for a suggested price tag of $4,999 or euros. But given the current state of the graphics card market, this model, being a limited edition and all, will go for much more than that. We continue with Sabrent and the Rocket 4 Plus SSD series, which has just received a firmware update. This 1.2 firmware update is meant to fix certain performance issues and thus gain some performance back for all SSDs that are part of the Rocket 4 series. This update is done via a simple system which is available through Windows, so no command prompt interfaces or intricate commands. Just click and let the updater do its job. However, when you do this, please do use your common sense here and back up everything that is on the drive before you update it. It is safe to say that all later batches of the Rocket 4 series SSDs will already have their firmware updated to version 1.2, but it's always good to check your own drive. And now we have EK Water Blocks, which has announced the EK Lignum limited edition water block. This water block is covered by a walnut pad which is attached to the water block surface in such a way that it allows for the wood to shrink and expand with the heat cycles of the water block and with the humidity in the air, which is a nice thing to see, you know, wood being used with an ounce of common sense. Another feature of this walnut cover which will make each CPU block unique, because the texture and the grain of the wood used will be unique to each individual piece. However, the EK Lignum is essentially just the EK Quantum Vector RE RTX water block, but with a custom cover on both sides. These water blocks will cool the GPU core, the VRAM and the VRM components of the graphics cards. The EK Lignum water block is already available for purchase on the EK Water Block webshop for the unique price of $349.99 or euros. And finally, Corsair has announced 3 all-in-one liquid CPU coolers, the H55 RGB, the H100 RGB and the H150 RGB. All coolers are using the Corsair SP120 RGB Elite fans and are available in multiple radiator sizes, starting with 120, 240 and 360. Other features of these coolers are addressable RGBs around the CPU block and sleeve tubings, just to name a few. The used fans can spin up to 1500 RPM and use what Corsair calls the air guide technology to direct the airflow towards the radiator fins. These new CPU coolers are also advertised to be easy to install thanks to their modular mounting plate. The coolers are compatible with the latest Intel LGA 1200 sockets and the AMD AM4 socket. All CPU coolers presented are already available for purchase and can be acquired with the limited 3-year warranty. And this is the end of the episode number 36 of the A.S.A.P Tech News, one of the few tech news series which aims to deliver you the news as fast as possible for your convenience.